Attention, attention, attention. This is the town FB of the day. I'm your Nick Controller, ticket number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo. If you're around and would like to check in, please come in with your call sign phonetically. Reminder to all that the net is being recorded for training purposes. You may begin. Check in, check in, check in. Anyone want to check in?
Team number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Team number 4, Lima Echo India.
Team number 2, Golf Echo India.
Okay, keep it coming, keep it coming. It's the check-in time. It's the check-in time. It is now 4:30 p.m. Check in, check in. Oh my goodness. Okay. No time to waste. Let's begin. Since Lei is here, he is not on net A. We'll go through a little bit of the Yum Yang Sing again. So, update is that remember to check out the HTML. Finally, we finalized the DD with the Go board and also daily div, so you can use those for your everyday stuff. So today we talk about the Yum Yang Sing div again, quickly going through that again. So if you're diving with a div cup, now if you get a Sing, right, you know that it can be like perfect, or it could be like okay, or middle, medium, neutral. So you can always ask, is it neutral to the bad or to the good? So you use one of the div cup to toss, and now you have a Yum or Yang. So you know this is a Sing inclined toward the good or Sing inclined toward the bad, you know, kind of like that. So make sure you know to do that when you're doing the div cup because it's very useful. And also, even if you're doing like a palm div, you can like do an other div on top for the Sing, and this Sing you can like skip the Sing and just do Yum Yang like that, and then pick one side. So the God will tell you it's a Sing based on. The essence of net A is that we talked about when you get up, you take 3 coins or a div cup, whatever, and you do a div for yourself with your seafood, right? So very quickly, we'll go through a example. Let's say you toss the coin and you get this. Number 1, we have XOO, okay? So Yum Yang, right? That means the God say that you right now, I look at you, you're fine, right? And then you have XXX. So I check you up, you're okay, pretty okay to the good side. And then at the end, I have like OOO. That is, you're still okay, nothing to worry about. But, well, you might be like a little bit okay to the bad side. So something might be bad, right? But it's not a concern, so I don't need to deal with it. Now, this is about yourself, not the house, right? So you can do it quickly to see if you're okay. Now, another example would be like this. XXO, OOO, and then XXO. Okay. Now it's like, first, I look at you, you look like shit, like you look like bad, right? So something bad might have happened to you already. But I look into you and there's nothing more to come. So you're okay. but I think you should check up what it is because I don't feel good about this, right? So you see, on the first line, it's about on the surface, like oh my God, you have some bruises, so you got punched already, right? But the inside is like, okay, I check. There's no one gonna punch you again, so there's no punches coming. So the second line is like what might happen next, because that's the D6, right? The what happened next. So if the God say nothing will happen next, so you already got something happened to you on the surface. That means, right, you gotta put on medication, right? Like you got boost. So whatever is on the first line is what done already. Like the threat already hit you, right? You already got the effect. So now the gods say, okay, at the end he feel no good, right? But I don't have to worry because nothing is really coming to me again. The second line is a yum, then I need to worry because something might come to attack me, right? So if there's a potential attack to come again, what do? I will get one more toss for the 5 element, right? For example, I got a XOX, so that's a wood element, right? That means that attack is very steadily, progressively coming toward me. But if I got like XXX, it's like earth element, meaning like the threat is actually walking away, going back home, right? So I don't need to worry about that because the thing is retreating. So knowing the element allows you to know the speed, the timing, the direction of that threat. There we go. Let's move on. Tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Senior number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Definitely following because I was lucky enough to be on net A this morning, Sajwan. And but I just got another piece of the puzzle that I left out. So if you have XXX, that will lean to the positive side. If you have OOO, that lead to the negative side. So that means it may have more stuff coming, may or may not, but it's still not good. But it's nothing to worry about. And pertaining to the elements and stuff, yes, the elements is definitely going to tell us how fast or if it's retreating or if it's coming. So that is definitely something that we need to do. But you did mention that the code may tell us, depending on the div, that we should inquire more about what did attack us. How do we do that? Do we do the same process for the divine endeavor, the divine divine? Like you'll do 8 you'll do 8 devs around the block and do what we usually do. Back to you, senior number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, yeah, if you want to know what is the problem, you can always do. But in the morning, everyone is in a rush, like Lay. So he's like, I have to go out. I don't know what, like that, right? So if the God shows you the last line is like XXO, which is like, oh, I don't feel good about it. And then you got like the 5 element is like, oh, wood or fire, meaning like it's on, it's attacking you, it's not good, right? Now, whatever that is, you can always resort to the God and say, okay, I got to go to work. Can you, like you ask your Sifu, right? So you ask the Sifu, can you be the one to go find whatever God that can deal with it and fix this for me so I can go to work? And then you do a div. And if you got like your or Sing, it's a good, okay, no problem, right? If you got a Yum, then you can find another God. Like, okay, you cannot do it, no problem. I go to the altar, see if the altar can help me, right? I don't know what that threat is, but you guys can talk, like say there's a threat. So, the altar, Josie, can you fix that? If you can, then I'll just go to work, you can do that, okay? So make sure even you don't know what the threat is, what the problem, the God can communicate between each others, right? You tell them like, okay, you talk to the manager, just like that. Team number 4, Lima Equia. Hey?
Team number 4, Lima Echo, India. Yes, so I kind of got the impression of it like So you toss the coin, and if like XOO or like whatever the XOO is, like it's leaning towards uh like good or bad. Like even if you get like positive, but it could lean to, like even if you get like a bad like a yum, and the rest can be like it could still lean towards like an okay thing. I gotta uh look back again to see like I ain't gonna remember like which one XXO or OX. I don't think I can remember that. I gotta like write. I'll have to write it down later. But yeah, I get the part where we can like me, like I'm always in a rush, so I'm always like trying to get out as quickly as possible, and then I speed to work. Yeah, I can probably do that. Like ask the seafood, like, okay, there's eat crap around, can handle it, and the seafood like look for the guy that can handle it, and then yeah, I think that's a really great way to do things, and have the God communicate with each other. And yeah, team at number 4, Lima Echo India.
The XO and XXX, whatever, is not hot. You toss the coin, right? So you toss three. If you see like it's a head, then it's a yang. Then you can write O. If it's the back, then it's the yum. Then you write X, right? So you toss three coin, it just record the yum and yang. Very simple. So if you see a triple, right, like XXX or OOO, that's a sing. So you read that as a sing. But the sing, like it means that like if you have if you have three yang, that means you're about to change to yum. So whenever you have a triple, it means that it is sing to the opposite of that triple. Okay, so XXX is three yum. That means it's going toward the yang already. So you're like, yeah, it's a sing, but to the good side. But if you have like a triple O, that's a sing to the bad side, right? So you have like the two kind of sing. Now, the other ones are like you have two of each, right? So two of the yang, whatever order it is, it's a yang. Two of yum, it's a yum. Very simple, right? It's just that you're using three coin to express the sing bui, right? The div cup kind of result. So it's the same idea. Okay, nothing to memorize, really the same thing. Tina number 2, Golf Echo India. Tina number 2, Golf Echo India. Eh? Okay, disappeared. One more call. Tia number 2, Golf Echo India. Okay, we're back on the top then. Anyone want to check in?
Tina number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, from what I've been listening to most of it. So from what I hear, it's basically sounds like it's pretty much the same as the Central Palace div, but yeah, we're doing it for ourselves. And if there's an issue that's identified, then you ask your seafood, can you please deal with it, and or find a guide to deal with it and fix it. And then then you do another div, get a yes or a no to see whether that can happen. And if it's a positive, then it's all good. Is that correct? Tenet number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Yes, but you got to do the div to find out is there any problem first. So you can't just like wake up and say, oh, the God just deal with all the problems. You can't do that. You have to find out is there any problem, and then you ask the God to deal with such problem, right? So you have to do your part. And here we're talking about diving about yourself, right? So you're asking the God, is there anything wrong with me, myself, before you start the day? Yeah, so it is pretty much the same deal with the DD. You're just using it on yourself. And you can see that instead of going through the so-called routine that we did with the house, right? Here we're going kind of quick, like, oh, there's a problem. I just want to ask 5 elements to see how fast or urgent is the problem based on the chi flow, right? So it doesn't need to always go in that order with all the stuff we do in the DD for the house. You can actually just pull out one part and use it because I want to know about that part, right? So you're talking to the God. TN number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. I am really enjoying how you are walking us down the path to be able to utilize this particular div, not just for the house, but for ourselves. And I'm curious to see how everyone will become a lot more creative with it and see the different applications of it. And I like how it's not very sophisticated, but when you were speaking to Shang Xiaong, you told him you can't just tell the God, oh, fix whatever problems here and fix it. Is there a way to create? I mean, I know we're not there just yet, but at some point, would we be able to create a new magical system that would be a preemptive strike for whatever may be coming so we don't have to div? Back to you, Tiny at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, the thing is, you div to see what the God have for you as like a daily report, right? So you still need to div to talk God to get information. It's like you watch the news, right, to see what's going on. That's your job to like look around and ask the God, like that. But you see, you don't wake up and like half dead and then God attack and all that, right? Your God have been always doing stuff at their end to protect you. So even you did, it's like, oh, there's something wrong with the house. Why aren't you like, already having a big issue? Because you're being protected, right? So you are being protected doesn't mean that the God can just skip telling you what's going on. So you go talk to the God will tell you, okay, there's some problem and so on. But doesn't mean that God have not been protecting the house and watching out for you, right? So, yeah. Okay, let's see if others have any questions and stuff. TN number 4, Lima Echo India.
Vignette number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, John. Yeah, I got a better, a little bit better understand on the div now. So if it's like a OOO, then it's kind of like the opposite, and it's like a bad thing. And if it's like XXX, then it's lean towards a good thing. So yeah, and the other one is like kind of like yeah, like a XOX, like XOX. So it's kind of like a yum, because there's like 2 yum and an O. So it's kind of like that. Yeah, that's where I kind of get it. In that part, kind of like you're looking at the impression of where's it leaning towards. Tinya number 4, Lima Echo India.
Okay, just very simple. Anything with 2 of whatever, then you read that div as whatever. 2 yum is 2 yum, that is a yum. 2 yang, right, is a yang. Very simple, right? So anything with triple is a sing. That's basically it. Okay, you're only going to have these 4 kind of combination. Doesn't matter what come first. Now the 5 element is like something you should go to the Smarty room. Chung just posted that for Kai, so you need to learn that. So the logic is, right? Gold element means the chi is not moving. So when you have three yang, meaning like, hey, it's like you have money, you have not spent any money, so nothing's moving. So all three is yang, meaning like nothing's moving. So that is the gold. So the opposite is 3x, which is like all the money. So that's like the ending. So that would be the earth. And then we have a sandwich combo, which can be like OXO or XOX, right? Like sandwich. That is wood because it's in the middle. Okay. Now, if you see two yang, that will be water, and two yum is fire. Okay, so fire because like you're spending, right? So two yum, and water is like you're getting income. So two yang, right? Yang is like you have more. So that's the logic, but you can always go back to that notes and kind of memorize. Okay, so it's very important. So you better spend some time memorizing because the 5 element is one of the most important thing in div. If you don't get 5 element, you don't get the yum yang, you don't understand bakwa, your div is blind. So you need that information like second nature. Whenever you want to ask how fast, how soon, like something that has to do with timing, it will be the 5 element. Okay, so you know there's an enemy, like now, Gay say there's a chipmunk in the living room. Okay, so is the chipmunk moving? Oh no, the chipmunk just sitting there, right? That's gold. But if the chipmunk is like walking around very slowly, that's water, right? If the chipmunk is like walking around like normal, that's wood. If the chipmunk is like running around, like doing stuff, doing damages, right? Like really worked up, that's fire. If the chipmunk is like going back out, then it's earth. So you see now with the 5 element, you can see like, oh, there's enemy, but what is the enemy doing? Oh, the enemy is like, is walking toward me. Okay, wood. If the enemy is like retreating, going back home, that's earth, right? With 5 elements, see what that. Okay, let's see if the chipmunk is gone. TN number 2, Golf Echo India. Okay, call her again later then. TN number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Yes, I'll have to get online as well and memorize those the 5 elements relating to the div, because yeah, that sounds like a good way to, well, just to refresh about the 5 elements as well as how they apply in this situation with the div. And I'll write them down and try and learn them in the car on the way to work this morning. Which I've been doing lately. It's if I've got to drive to work, which is like an hour away, it's a good opportunity for me to memorize some things, which I've been doing. I've been taking the Bagua memorization sheet to work with me, but I haven't had much chance to do to memorize those ones yet. But I'm getting there. I've got the 7-star stuff sorted out now. Oh, the pre-heaven one at least. I've got to do the post-heaven. Anyway, yeah, this system seems like it's a really good way to well, focusing on ourselves and do a quick checkup. And I understand that it's to we give it's on ourselves, and it's like similar to the Central Palace method. But at the end of it, if we do need help, did you say that we can ask the Sifu to what's the way that we ask the cleanup to happen? Do we ask a Sifu to find a god to help, or I'm not really clear about that. TNet number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
You ask the Sifu, can you go find whoever God that can deal with this and get this resolved. Because the Sifu is not responsible for kicking ass, right? So you have to find someone. And if he say yes, then it's okay. You tell him to do it, and there you go. Okay, very simple. The five elements, sometimes it can be used in another way. For example, you want to buy something, and okay, you ask the God like, okay, I saw this thing and we need to buy this. Should we buy it or not? Right? And then you're kind of unsure how urgent we need this thing. So if the God tells you yes, you should buy it. So how urgent? Right? So now you ask the God, how urgent? And then you toss the coin for the five element. Right? So the five element would be, for example, gold, not urgent at all. Like, it's not moving, right? Not urgent. If it's water, it's like, yeah, you can buy it, but it's not a rush. Wood is like, yeah, you better buy it. It's a good way to prepare yourself. Fire is like, wow, you really need this right away. It's very urgent. And if it's like earth, then it's like, yeah, but you might get a better choice later. Maybe, it's not really that, oh, well, you can buy it, you cannot buy it. You'll get something else later. Kind of that vibe, right? So the five element give you a better understanding of the answer. Even like if you're choosing what to eat, what to buy, what to do, right? Like, oh, should we go to this restaurant or that restaurant? And you kind of div, right? The God can say yes to this one, but how much of a yes? So with the five element, you can see the God's emotion, It's like, if the God is like gold, then it's like, yeah, not very hype. but it gets faster. So water is like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then when you see wood and fire, it's like, yeah. Ooh, yes. And then when you see like earth, it's like, yeah, but maybe another one, like kind of like that. So you can feel the God's energy toward that answer. So it gives you way more depth to the yes or no when you're trying to ask the God for opinion. Tier number 2, Gulf Echo India, chipmunk. Okay, still battling the chipmunk. Anyone else want to sign in? Okay, well, tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Well, Satron, I did not know the gods spoke amongst each other. I know the Sifu. Well, I usually use the Sifu for like getting intel, getting information, making decisions. But I didn't know he could have been like a liaison between the different gods. Like if you have a problem, he could go and speak to them, tell them, and be like a manager. That is pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. That is so fascinating, and I'm just so hyped about it. And I really like the analogy of the chipmunk. That definitely puts everything in perspective. Like it simplifies everything with how the elements operate. I mean, I understood how the elements operated, but when you use the chipmunk, it just made it more cartoony, and it just felt a lot more cooler. And I really enjoyed how you use the elements to make a decision on buying stuff as well. I didn't know we could do that. That is pretty cool. That is something I'm definitely gonna use as well very frequently to figure out how soon do I need this particular thing, blah blah blah. And I think that's a really cool way to get us more involved in using these tools, because the more you use it, your intuition or your line of communication with the God becomes a lot more stronger. And I'm really excited to see how much more I'm going to be able to interact with the gods and just have them give me signs and stuff like the other time I was discussing with you about how my cat almost stole my cartridge and the landlord called me. Like, that was a very distinct feeling, and I've never felt it before. Like, it's very hard to describe, and it's very hard to mix it up with anything else because you never had it before. It's kind of like trying to explain to someone what ice cream tastes like, but they've never had ice cream. They've never had anything sweet. Don't even have a reference point. And like the minute you feel that feeling, it's like, oh wait, crap, what is this? But yeah, back to you. Senior at number 2, Charlie Hotel, trying to play golf.
Yeah, if we write it on a storybook, right, the chipmunk is like, oh, we saw a chipmunk on fire. And then it's like you imagine kind of like those KG, you have an animal that is like really in flames. But it's actually describing that thing is like very fiery, fire chi, very fast moving, doing things, destroying things or even making things happen. That's a fire, right? So yeah, in a lot of those, like Journey to the West and these kind of things, they always have this kind of metaphor to describe the spirits or the character. Yeah. So they're like, oh, there's this person who always like spits out fire. What does it mean? It means that their mouth is always very fast in like talking or something like that. Then it will be described like that, right? Or like the Naja, right? The recent one that goes viral. Oh, he always like ride on like a flame wheel. What does it mean? Like he runs very, very fast to like take action to do things, right? So it will be portrayed like his feet is on fire. That means he's like really fast when he want to like get to something. So it's always like that. And if you say like, oh, the person has like a fire flamed up spear, then it will be like very fast in focusing, right? Like spear is about focus into a point. So fast focus. That's a metaphor that we always see in those stories. And well, when you put it in cartoon, it looks like very fun. But yeah, imagine like the Naja's best friend, right? He is like a water kind of guy, and he is like an ice kind of guy. So he's always slow and he's more calm, right? Like that. The water element is slow, but he's also wise, like with more ideas coming down, right? So more wise like that, a thinker. So you get it. Tier number 4, Lima Echo India.
Tin yet number 4, Lima Echo, India. Yes, Sir John, I'm beginning to understand the gold, the elements. So the gold is like not moving, and then the water is like slow. Earth is like returning back, like chipmunk going home, and fire is like it's moving really rapid. And let's see. I can't remember. Wood is like it's approaching you. Is that it? Like at normal speed? Maybe I got that one wrong. I'm not too sure. So think I think I got. Yeah, I think that's all the elements. Yeah. Tinyet number 4, Lima Echo.
Lay. In this order, always start with gold. Gold, water, wood, fire. How do you say these 5 words in Vietnamese?
I'll say gold, wood, fire, and water.
No. Gold, water, wood, fire, earth.
Gold, wood. Wait, gold, wood, water, fire, earth.
No, gold, water. Okay, you memorize it this way. Gold to lick, right? Then the water feed the plants. The plants get burned into fire and flame, and when it's burned over the finished burning, it becomes like ashes, like soil back to the ground.
Yes, and there's a part of the when Sejong was talking, it kind of got cut off. I don't know why the voice got cut off, so I couldn't hear everything.
One more time. Gold get melted and become liquid, right? Liquid metal, right? Like you forge your sword, you need to like melt that metal, right? So you melt it. So gold turn into liquid, which is water. Now water goes up and feed into the plant. The plants get burned and become fire. A fire finished burning become like ashes and like fall to the ground as earth.
Okay, I got gold, then wood, water, then fire, earth.
No, you always get this part wrong. Gold melt into liquid form, right? So it becomes water. Gold becomes water. Okay? Water feed the plant, so it becomes wood. Wood burn into fire. Fire come back down as ashes, but becomes earth.
Okay, yeah, so gold turns to water. Uh, water turns to yeah, I can't remember the third one.
Okay, again. You melt the gold, it becomes liquid. Okay? So gold turn into water. Now the water goes and feed the plant, right? So water, and then you get the wood. You burn the wood and it turns into fire. And then the fire finished burning, you are left with the earth.
Okay, so gold, then water, and the water feeds the plant, turns to wood. The wood burns, so it's fire, and then everything turns to ash, turns to so it's earth.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you, Sir. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to memorize that one. Yeah, I'll drill it in my head. Tingnet number 4, Lima Echo India.
Yeah, you can say that in Vietnamese, see if you get it better. But okay, the order that we say, right? Gold, water, wood, fire, earth. That is the order of the element giving birth to each other's. Okay, so gold give birth to water, water give birth to wood, wood give birth to fire, fire give birth to the earth, right? So it's like kind of kind of like a easy way to remember when I explain it that way. Okay, but you got to remember it's not about the physical element. We're just using that as a shortcut so you can remember it. Team number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Hey.
Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. I've got to change my settings on Zello so that the Zello stays on my screen because I had to sign into my password and then open up Zello just to answer. I've had that the 5 elements in my bathroom on the wall that I've been memorizing over time. So I've just kind of I've got my head around that. But I saw somewhere that there's like a creation cycle and there's a destruction cycle when it comes to the 5 elements. The one that you were just explaining is the creation element. Is the destruction element just the reverse, or is it more complicated than that? And I'm about to head into my car, so I should be able to hear the reply. But when I switch to go out of my Wi-Fi range, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Just letting you know. Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
we always start talking from the gold. Okay, so gold, like an axe, uh, will kill the wood, like you chop the tree. So um, wood, like the root, it pushes away the earth. Okay, so wood kill the earth. Earth is like imagine there's like flooding. So you put soil, it absorbs the water, so it kills the water. Right? Earth kills water. Water obviously kills the fire. You pour it over the fire, and fire can melt the gold, so it kills the gold, and then the cycle repeats. That is the destruction cycle. It kills, like it's not destruct. It's more like it kills it. Okay. It's very simple. It's like if you are the fire, you're trying to go fast, and then I use water on you to slow you down. Isn't that the opposite? Right? Um, if you're thinking and hype, building up the momentum, your wood, and I put gold into you and not let you move, like, you're a kid, very hype about doing something, you're about to do, and I say, no, you're not moving. Oh, shit. Now that's very yippy, right? Like, I'm doing something against what you're trying to do. That is the killing part. Okay. Another example would be like the soil, right, kills the water. So how does that work? Well, if you're slowly thinking, like you're bringing down ideas, you're thinking and you're like slowly trying to think of something, right? And then I become like, I add in the earth to you and keep telling you to look, 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 observe, look, or like, it's finished. Then like, oh, there's no more point of continuing. It's finished already. Why do I keep thinking, right? Yeah. So kind of like that. Okay, let's move on to see if the chipmunk is out. Tia number 2, Golf Echo India. Well, seems like the chipmunk won. That was a very powerful chipmunk. Tia number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Then with number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. So the killing phases, Sajran, is gold kills wood, wood kills earth, earth kills water, water kills fire, and fire kills gold. What if we want to create like would it be like what we did earlier with goal, uh, the goal and the goal, the water, the earth is the last one, fire is the last one. So that's goal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Will that be how things are created? Back to you.
Yeah, that's what Sung already said, right? The creation cycle is what we usually memorize it by. So gold, water, wood, fire, earth. That's basically how it goes.
Okay, so those are the two. Well, would those two be considered like forms of communication? One is taking, one is giving, and I really appreciate getting the list of how it's actually killing, because I didn't know it was destroying as well, like how gold kills wood. Yeah, I had no idea about that. But what is fascinating is that how these basic fundamentals could be used in a creative way. Like, what are some of the creative ways could be used the killing aspect? Because you already know how we could use the creation aspect for, like, when we're going shopping and we want to see how urgently we want these things. You could tell us maybe it's earth. Sorry, maybe it's water. Yeah, you could get it, but not right now. Stuff like that. Now, like, what is the creative ways we can use it for the killing part? Back to you, Tiniat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Well, first of all, you have to kind of memorize for a while before I confuse you, right? But there are so many ways to use the fire element, not just on the div. Even in real life, you can observe people. So you can observe their chi at the moment. For example, like there are kids screaming, jumping around, and doing cartwheels like a wings place, right? So all the kids going crazy, flying around, and that's like obviously what that is fire, right? Fire chi. That's why they're doing manifesting, doing a lot of physical things. That's fire. So how do you kill their fire so that they are not as fire, right? How do you kill fire? Use water, right? So if you can get something that spark their curiosity and make them like think, suddenly they slow down and not jump around. So if you like bring out a toy that makes them get curious or something that spark up like their thinking, right? Suddenly they will be stopping their physical action right away. So that is a way to use water to kill fire. Um, you can also use other things like, for example, if I want to like use water, that will be that could be like I'm lowering down the temperature of the house, right? Water moved down, right? So I tune down the temperature, and suddenly everyone's cold. They don't move around. Ah, so yeah, you can also like give them a drink, right? A drink goes down when you drink it. So if you like give them something to drink or something salty to eat, okay, they will suddenly stop moving. So there's so many ways to use water. It's basically changing the chi flow of the other side, and then you can kind of manipulate what they're doing. It's kind of, like that. See number 4, Lima Echo India.
Team number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, John. So what I got is gold kills wood, and wood kills earth, and earth kills water, and water kills fire. But or actually, like it can go the opposite. Like it can like so fire is like, can it kill wood as well? No, fire can kill. Could it kill the water? When Sir John was explaining about the that portion. Tinya number 4, Lima Echo India.
No, the end you go loop back to the first. So fire killed the goat.
Oh, okay. So fire kills the gold. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Zajan.
Yeah, so when you kill, it's kind of like you have a fire, you put water over it, and you kill it, right? So the fire is not able to survive. It really depends on how much water. If your water is not very big, then the fire might not be put out. There are also ways to weaken the fire instead of just killing it. So it's like you have a stove with the firewood, and it's like burning the wood, right? To make fire. So instead of like put water, whoosh, and then all the fire is gone, you could have like just take away some of the wood and like low down the fire. That is called weakening, right? So whatever is giving birth to that thing, you kind of kill off that. So instead of killing off the thing itself, you're killing off what give birth to that thing. Okay, so wood give birth to fire. So I take away their wood. So I use something to kill the wood, like gold, and that way I can weaken their fire, not just to kill them, right? So the fire toned down, but it's not completely dead. Uh, so we can do that as well. It's called weakening. You can also boost the fire. Like instead of taking away wood, you put more wood in. When you put more wood, you're boosting, right? Making the fire bigger, fueling more. Um, That is called empowering, not boosting, actually. And then there's one more called boost, which is like giving whatever it is, you give more of the same to it. So I put in more fire. So it's like you have more now, right? So there's like so many ways to play around with the 5 element. Tier number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Tier number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. That's really interesting. So it's like the reverse creation cycle is like, you know, kind of like the way to like boost it. So like you were saying with a fire, the wood goes to fire. So to make it more fire, you go more wood. And so that would be, to make it more wood, you go, to make the wood stronger, you go more water. And then I guess going back would be to make water more strong, or to boost it, you go more gold. Yeah, that's a cool principle. So you can come at it from the destruction, well, taking away, like you're saying, taking away the wood or adding water. There are 2 ways to, well, one, taking away the wood makes the fire less, whereas the water will just dampen it and kill it, or kill it completely. Yeah, I think I get it. Cool, thanks. Unit number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Okay, let's say a person is trying to do job search, and then you're feeling like there's no movement. No one wants you, no one wants you, no reply. What is that? Obviously, your chi flow right now is in like a gold state. It's not moving, right? Now, compared to, oh, I got a phone call. They called me to interview. But then after a while, it's like there's no news, right? Like maybe a phone call and then nothing to follow up. That's water, right? Things are like dragging, and you have some interview, phone calls, email, but nothing is growing like wood. So nothing's growing. That's water luck. If you're like, oh, I got a phone call, I got some good news, but then no one is hiring me yet. That is wood. Okay, your chi is wood. If you're okay, they hire me now. Okay, that's now. If you keep going and people just keep rejecting you, that you're walking backward. That's earth. So looking at your situation, I can already tell what is the chi flow. So for Teen Hums, he said, well, there's like no movement at the meanwhile, and he got rejected a few times. So it's kind of like a little bit of earth, but mostly gold, right? So earth give birth to gold. So he's in a very early stage in this luck, right? So you can kind of put him in the gold luck, which is like, you know, not moving. So what is making him not move is the earth chi. And why the earth chi is there? Well, because of the AEP. The AEP has a very like the chi is like pushing you back to pre-heaven. It's kind of like earth, right? So all the things are dying. So in order to deal with that, you have to remove that earth or kill the earth so that it's not going to stuck. So how do you kill earth? Use wood, right? So okay, so you put wood into him, and what do I tell him to do? Make sound. Go around the house, play loud music. Boom, 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 boom. Like that, right? Like kind of wood, hype music, energetic music, and that will help to kill that earth. And when you do that, then the place is going to be not stuck anymore, and you'll give birth to fire as well. When the fire luck is there, he'll be hired. There you go. Tier number 2, Golf Echo India. Okay, Chipmunk really won today. Tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. this is it's mind blowing, Sajwan, because the way how you're describing these different phases or elements, it could be applied to anything. It could be applied to anything to see how the chi is moving and how you could move accordingly. And it's really mind blowing because how you just describe how the wood if you want the wood to sorry, if you want the earth to die, you give it wood, because wood kills earth. And it sounds simple, but I'm trying to wrap my mind how to give it a practical use. Like, I think I just had to let it soak a little bit more. Like that example you gave me a while back about just be a pot of soup and just let stuff simmer. Don't try to force it. It will come when it come. But it's really juicy. Cause this type of information you could apply to anything. Whether it's a project that you should or shouldn't be working on, a client you should be taking, a job you should be going. It's or just general a restaurant. A walk, buying a new car, buying a house, going on vacation, go where you're going on vacation. Like this could tell you where you could go for the best possible outcome for you and your chi. Back to you, Tiniat number 2, Charlie, hotel playing golf.
Oh yeah. Well, you can also see yourself, your own chi flow, and then see what to eat, right? Because the five element, you can use sound, taste, light, color, right? All kinds of things to change the chi flow, right? Like I said before, if you want wood chi, like you want to be more wood, you can add sour, and it will pick up the chi and becomes wood. So yeah, there's like so many ways to create element. It's all about that pattern of like what you do, and that thing actually make the chi become like this. You can also analyze like politicians based on the five element phases. For example, if a politician is like, oh, this new president came up, and he is kind of like in the gold luck. So you see, he is very stable, not moving, very conservative, not doing anything new. He's just like observing, like kind of like that. Nothing special. Not moving. Or you can say he is very stubborn as well, not moving, right? And then there's one that is very slow and sluggish. Everything you tell him to do is like drag a while, and then maybe like a few months to make a decision. That's a water luck. There's one that is like always focus on building new things, right? Like always making new changes, making new adjustment. That's wood. There's one like Trump right now, right? Doing a lot of physical action, actual execution of things like freaking people out. That fire. And there are some that is like, they always want to collect. They want to like kick things back, right? That will be earth. Some of the earth can also be like, they're kind of like screwing things up, pushing things back to the death stage, killing things off, ruining things. That's earth, right? And well, you see, if a country went through earth luck, it's like a lot of things are dying, lots of business dying. It's like depression. And then what happened next is, well, you will be in a gold phase where like everyone is like trying to not move, not invest, trying to be conservative, right? Preserve everything, kind of like that. Gold, right? Not moving out. And then they will be thinking a lot, lots of thinkers, investors, right? And then it moved to wood. So wood is like, oh, they are like hype again, building new business is opening, a lot of new development, invention and tech and all that. And then it goes fire, which is like a lot of new thing manifest, right? And then people are doing stuff, taking action and changes and things like that. So yeah. Tier number 4, Lima Echo India.
Opinion number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, John, all those comparison to like practical things in the world. Yeah, it like when I hear it, it makes really a lot of sense. But when I try to like picture like what is practical like in my surroundings like happening right now, I kind of hit a roadblock like comparison like thinking like what element match with what when it's like me thinking about it like for like things happening right now around me. Yeah, but when I hear like the examples, it makes sense just when I try to think of like examples like happening right now on my own. Yeah, I kind of hit a roadblock with there. Tinyat number 4, Lima Echo India.
Let's start from yourself, analyzing your own chi flow. Okay, so you have like go, water, wood, fire, and earth phases. You always start from go, which is like the time when you're like focus, but you're not moving. So very still. Don't want to move, right? Okay. So very much like I don't want to do anything. That's gold. Kind of like the time you're just sleeping. Um, and then you have the time where like you're always bringing down uh, ideas from the top, thinking, right? Bringing things down from the Yun Sun, getting ideas, getting the essence, right? So when you feel like you're very inspired, you have lots of bubbles coming to you. That's water, and usually you're calm, you're slow, you're not rushing, and then soon it will be wood. When wood start, you will see yourself getting motivated. You will be thinking a lot. Will be like internally feeling very energetic. And then when you're like fire, you're always moving around, manifesting, doing a lot of things. Really want to take action. That's fire. And then the last one is earth, when you're like, collecting the fruit, observing, analyzing, and then it's kind of like almost to the point you want to go to sleep, right? So almost ending. So what phase are you in? Well, look, you just like in the bigger picture. So you just went through the earth phase. Now you're in the gold phase because you just throw away a lot of stuff. So what you have to do is that you have to regroup and then focus like gold, right? So not going to think of any new ideas, but more like I just need to regroup, settle, make everything stable again, like that. So you're actually going through a gold phase, and which means it is not a good time to do other things like thinking a lot, making a lot of changes, bringing things to the physical. A lot of these things like, trying to buy a new stock, new investment, those are not good to do. Not the right time. So right now is a good time to gather things up, tidy up the place and regrouping yourself. That's what's good to do. There you go. Teen Yet number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Teen number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf. Sorry, I'm driving at the moment, so it's a bit awkward. This is fascinating, and adding the destruction cycle to our understanding, I think really deepens it a fair bit too. So, I'm gonna, when I'm at school today, I'm gonna try and analyze each class and see what is the predominant elements, and see if I can start to apply my understanding of that into like my real life. I was thinking, how many phases can a person have going on in their life? So what I mean by that is, say I have like a weekly kind of overall element, and then within that week there could be a monthly element, and then within that month, like on a daily, there could be a weekly one, and then on a daily basis, like for example, I'm driving my car now, which would be a fire element. I'm moving, I'm doing something, I'm active. That's a fire element. But within the day, the element for the day might be, gold or water or something like that. So at any one time, we could have, a whole number of different kind of micro element kind of actions happening. Is that correct, or is that just silly? Number 4, Sierra Hotel Golf.
Yes, you can explain a lot of things with different elements, but usually we talk about the major luck, which is like the luck that your Yun San is going through, and then there's a middle luck, which is the ghost altar, and then there's a small luck, which is your local, and there's a future luck, which is like what you're interacting with. So there's like 4 parts, okay? But yeah, you can like see it this way, like for example, you are going to a class and you look at like the overall chi of the people. So are they like, focused? Are they thinking? Are they slow? Are they fast? Right? And you kind of categorize that and see what you want to do to their element. And you can use your element to interact or influence them. For example, the class is like throwing things around and very noisy. So they're like fire, right? So if you want to kill the fire, you use the water to kill the fire, right? So what do? Well, you drag, you slow down and make them like wait and things like that. And when you make them wait, then they have to slow down and not move, right? So yeah, you can use it like that too. But yeah, we'll talk more about that stuff later because it is already time's up. It is now 5:35 p.m. We'll end the net here. 73 to all, and we'll see you back online or on NetC. This is TNet number 9. Yankee Uniform Echo is clear.
TNet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.